1, 2.
Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it all from boom back to melody rap. Think I'll put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to Reset. Fuck the ball. Fuck everybody on the front. When we see you in the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
Yeah. Live and direct on your screen. It is your favorite Knicks ish panel. Y'all already know the vibery. I am the one and only Parlay Lord, aka Fast Tass in the building. And I am here with my fellow panel members, our beloved host, T Time in the building. Shout out to the Brody. Of course, the first lady of Knicks and Ish, Mrs. Knicks herself. Shout out to the sis, as always. And of course, my other brother in arms, the co-host of Knicks and Ish, the one and only, Kev Rodriguez, my geyser. Shout out to the panel, as always. And shout out to everybody who's here early or who's going to pull up in advance. Don't forget, press like for your favorite panel. Sharing is always caring. Subscribe if you're new here, and always make sure that notification bell says all on YouTube so you get all of the notifications when we go live or we post something on YouTube. Now, we're going to get into this recap of this Magic game because I believe this was a tea time moment here. As I like to quote my brother Tea Time and say, we won by a lot tonight. All right. So as always here at Knicks and Ish, we're going to pass it around to the panel and we're going to get insight on this game tonight. So whoever want to go ahead.
So I come to the realization, especially watching when I'm not around, I'm going to leave all the stats to you and Mrs. Knicks because y'all do such a great job with tying the game to the stats. Me, I'm just going to work off of feel and energy because that's where I excel the best. And tonight, my feel starting the game was, what are we doing letting these guys hang around? And as the game progressed, I was like, oh, this is the rope-a-dope. Because the whole time I'm like, why are we not going hard? Why are we not giving the second and third efforts for rebounds? And why are we not giving second and third efforts on defense? These guys played. Matty Smooth in the building was good. My
Shout
guy.
out Matty Ice.
Purple
Knicks. Shout out to Purple Knicks as well. Apologies.
Absolutely. Shout out to Purple Knicks. And I started to realize these guys played last night, talking about the Magic. And then in the middle of the third quarter, we said, oh, we going to up it on y'all. Now we about to run y'all out y'all own gym, and that's exactly what happened. JB started doing what JB always does, getting to that mid-range game, hitting people with some of the wickedest moves. He broke a couple ankles tonight, for real. He ain't gonna lie about that. Couple ankles were snatched. And then, we got Josh Hart doing Josh Hart things all over the place, steals. Fourth quarter, we're talking about Mikal had like 3 steals in like the last 4 minutes of the game. You know what I mean? Like, so it was a culmination of things. OG didn't particularly have a great game on either side of the ball. Neither did Cat. I'm really like feeling weird about how the way Cat's being ref. It's kind of weird. Cat is a finesse player. He's not like, I get why some of how they call referee Jalen Brunson because he's an initiator of contact. Michael Brown in the building. I see you, gang.
What up, Mike? What's goody? Salute, Darlene. What's goody? Darlene, what's goody?
Always, Darlene. Nothing but love, Darlene. You know that.
But yeah, and like Cat get bumped and all. I get, like I was saying, I get why they ref JB. I don't agree with it, but I get why they ref JB the way they ref him. He's a seeker of contact. But that's not really Cat's game, and Cat get bumped, he get pushed, he get grabbed, he get held. But on the
Mac,
other end, when he's
busted lip.
2 games in a row, it's crazy. Busted lip, two
Oh,
games in a row.
clean slap in the face in front of the ref with a no call. Do you remember that one, guys? A couple games
Yeah,
JB
ago.
Jalen Brunson gets kicked in the balls and they called a foul on him.
we gonna get there. Oh, we
It's
definitely gonna get
crazy.
there. But I'm just
Oh,
saying,
Jay
like,
Eastwood, what's goody?
Shout out
when
Marlon Mayhem in the building.
absolutely, and then when you watch Cat on defense, they call everything on Cat. Cat can't breathe
True.
on nobody without get a foul on him. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Facts.
Uh, but yeah, not to be super long winded to land the plane. Winning by a lot is exactly what we were supposed to do, and we did just that. Again, I'm proud of this team for not all the way letting their guard down and playing down to the injury riddled uh, uh, Orlando. And I can't even. Orlando didn't give him the option to play down. Let's keep it a buck. Orlando
Mac.
came
Word.
out and tried to. They really tried to win this game, but
Yeah.
I'm just happy that the guys didn't fold, abandon ship, stuck to the game plan, got where we were supposed to get, do the things that we were supposed to do, especially on the defensive end, coming down the stretch of the game. And yeah, we did what we were supposed to do, and I'm gonna land the plane there.
Mhm.
So
Well,
no one ever said the score of the game. The Knicks won 108 to 85.
thank you, sis. Now, let me lead you in real quick since you up next. Can I get that number?
It wasn't good.
It doesn't matter.
It
It's a
wasn't good,
win.
but we
Give us the
won.
number
Yes. We
anyway.
had
Give us the
18
number
assists.
anyway.
It was a really
Okay.
slow paced game. So you can understand they played good defense, regardless of how injured the Magic are. They play good defense. Um, so the guys, it was a lot of one on one guys making their own plays. So 18 assists, but again, 10 steals. That's a huge number
Hmm.
against a team that, like you said, came out playing well. One thing that I didn't like from the Knicks was the free throws, bro, bro. If y'all don't start making these free throws, that could have. If Orlando would have continued playing well, we could have lost because of free throws. That's how
Fact.
many
Hmm.
we missed. We were 24 for 34, so we missed 10 free throws.
That's a
That's
significant
too
number of
much.
points.
And it was the guys that are usually good shooting free throws that missed tonight. JB, Cat, Josh, McCall. Like, come on, man. But
Yeah.
again, early on in the game, I'm like, we playing with them, and they came to play today. Um, but we got the personnel to make it happen every night. Every night it's someone else, and tonight, although JB was the leading scorer, it was Josh's night. Josh,
Mhm.
Josh, Josh was all over the court. And just great to see. I mean, double double as per usual at this point. He had 23 and 13.
Yeah. Um. I would say that the thing that I like the most in this game is that we won this game even though we only shot 15 threes and made four of them.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't take as many threes as we normally do. Um, I think that the points in the paint was a big thing for us. I think we beat them. Let's see here, points in the paint. Uh,
Yo, Cam, I'm sorry. Hold that
uh,
thought real quick. I just want to give somebody a shout out. Shout out to our new subscriber, Uncle Dre. We appreciate you, good homie.
I
You know what I mean?
appreciate you,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. My fault, Cam. Keep the ball rolling.
We destroyed them in the paint, 60-34. So that was big. You know, we
Mhm.
played. We was driving to the basket. You know, beating them that way was a big thing. It just shows you that we can actually win a game without shooting wild crazy threes and just attacking the basket. Simple things, just being aggressive is how we really won this game. I would say Jalen Brunson's ability to make his teammates better in this game proved dividends. 9 assists. Every assist was looking spiffy. I mean, them assists was looking pretty. He was being real fancy tonight. He was showing off. Um, uh, Even though I gotta tip my hat to the Magic though. You know, they lose Mo Wagner for the year. Franz Wagner isn't playing. Shout out to my guy Knickerbocker. What's good, buddy?
Was
Um,
good.
um, you got Pablo Banchero not playing, and without Pablo, they 16-10, so they still playing aggressive. They're still playing to win. Um, and in that first half, they gave the Knicks fits. They even went up by 8 at one point, but the Knicks kept fighting. They came back, tied the game in the second before the second half, and then to end the third quarter, they finished the quarter 16-5 run, and that's what really kind of like shut it down from them. um they kept playing aggressive, and after that, after they went on that crazy run to end the third quarter, is when we knew the game was over.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yo, shout out to my guy Knickerbocker Ad that just pulled up.
I
He's in the
appreciate it,
Word.
building.
bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Appreciate you.
You know
Fred, do
what? Go
you?
ahead.
Oh,
I
you
was
gonna
gonna let
let?
Knickerbocker. I'll let Knickerbocker have it, and I'll finish it out. Go ahead, Knickerbocker.
Oh
Well,
What's your thoughts
man.
on the game tonight, please?
well, first of all, good evening, and I haven't seen you in a while, so happy holidays to each and every one of you.
Facts. Happy holidays to
Blessings,
you and yours as well, Brody.
blessings to everyone, and Merry Knicksmas, because it's definitely been that way for the last couple of games, and
Word.
the Knicks in two straight
Oh
games
my.
have figured out how to do two things at once: not play like everybody else, and boost the ratings. For the entire NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do exactly what everybody's been complaining about. Don't be shooting all those threes because in the second half they shot four of them.
Right.
They shot four of them, and
Right.
they won by 23 points. And it's that kind of you know that kind of play, that kind of adjustment, that kind of moxie, and that kind of heart. No pun intended. Actually, maybe it is because now Josh Hart is clearly my favorite player on the team right now, without a doubt. Josh
Yeah.
Hart has won me over so much that he's got me crazy looking for one of his jerseys, and I can't find them nowhere.
I told y'all
Uh,
that's my next jersey.
Yo, let me know, Knickerbocker. I'll come by my they all over the place over here in Yonkers.
Yo,
well, they're very hard to find so far in Brooklyn, Queens, and in Long Island. So so maybe
Hmm.
Wiles is where I gotta go. But um, I I was starting to get a little bit worried about JB. Over the last couple of games because it seemed like his stroke wasn't as efficient as it has been over the last couple of games. And then I had to talk with Steve, over the Christmas game, and then I had to say, and he kind of like assured me some things, and like the fact that he isn't, as a knockdown shooter as he used to be, but he's still figuring a way to get his 20, 25 points, still getting his 10, his 9 to 10 assists. And then you have Josh Hart playing out of his mind. And now all of a sudden, and I know they're in the mail, there is an apology form circulating sent via Josh Hart to every single person who has talked all the shit about Mikal Bridges since the day we traded for him.
Word.
Rightfully
Damn.
so.
oh, I
Word.
got a
Damn.
list. I got a list I want to get to at some point, but yeah, keep going.
Word. Keep
And
cooking.
and on top of that, I think I saw the meme. I think it was Big Nick Energy that put it out there that the Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo trade for Karl Anthony Towns is probably the offseason's biggest highway robbery. Um, because what Cat's been able to do on this team, I mean, I was upset when it happened. because I didn't know whether this man wanted to play center or not. And what he's been doing so far after 31 games, I am thoroughly pleased and impressed by the amount of effort that he's been putting in. You know, could he ease up on the fouling? Yeah, sure, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a learning process. And I'm smiling ear to ear. I'm happy. Six in a row. Um, and we're going to Washington to go beat up on the Wizards for two more games, closing out 2024. Um, I mean, hopefully the Knicks don't make me eat my words now because now that I said that, but
Cover yourself there. I gotta give him that. But
that's absolutely true.
But yeah, if I may take the reins for a few minutes now. First and foremost, shout out to you, Knickerbocker Ab, for the pull up as always. Much appreciated. Guys, it's like we've said here on Knicks Ish before. When one guy is having an off night, and I'll quote T Time from a couple of lives ago. When one guy is having an off night, other guys are stepping up and is taking the reins. Josh Hart, the 20 point, 10 rebound, double tonight. And that's not exact. I'm just saying 20 plus, 10 plus. Okay. Don't quote me on the exact number. I'm just saying 20 and 10. I think it's 23 and 13, somewhere
23
around
and
there.
13.
You see? I didn't even look.
Mm-hmm.
23 and 13. Okay. So again, Josh Hart, he speaks volumes for this team. He just, fills in the to where the needs are as far as the adjustments are concerned for the game. It's like literally, I think honestly, I have a little bit of different outlook than what you may feel, T Tom, in a way. Just hear me out for a second, right? I
Hmm.
think the Knicks knew they played a back to back, right? Maybe the Knicks came out a little sluggish. Yes, maybe the Knicks let them hang around, but also by them hanging around, they tired themselves out quite a bit. And I think if you look at them second half, the Knicks outscored them handily. And I mean like almost 50 to 30 something in the second half. All right.
And I can tell you right now, it was 54 to what's that? 30. No, 31 in
Mm,
the second half.
Mm-hmm.
look at that. Just straight took over. And like Sis said earlier, the two-way play, meaning running these guys out the gym, like we've talked about for the last year and a half, 2 years. When the Knicks have the momentum and they're playing in the flow of their offense, this is what happens. We could run anybody out the gym, even with this new look team. All right. And I also like to add shout out to my guy Landry Shaman. You are back on the floor healthy. You hit a three-pointer for us tonight. I didn't even care if you only took one. I was just glad to see you making buckets and contributing to this team like we wanted you to be the role player that you are. Just keep that energy for us, and we just pray you stay healthy and you just remain here on this bench because you are a key piece to this bench moving forward. Hey Tibbs, it's time for 10 guys now, Tibbs. The,
Nah.
the lineups is going to dictate it in a minute
And
because we got a stretch of games coming up where I think Tibbs is going to have to play a little different lineup.
Ten, 10
I
guys
think
ain't
you
gonna
got
happen until Mitch come back.
I think you got to
That's
give the defense a lot of credit though.
Oh, definitely.
Uh, in the second half because they completely like they. I think the second quarter, Orlando only scored 14 points, and in the fourth quarter they only scored 17. And you could tell the difference from the defense in the first half and the second half. In the second half, they were playing with more grit, more energetic. You could see Mikael Bridges was cutting through screens,
Active.
and that whole defense
Active.
was
He was
active in
active.
the second half,
For
bro. They
real.
completely changed the energy coming out the third quarter. I gotta shout out Tibbs for that because whatever adjustments they made in the second half, it worked out really well, bro.
yeah, yeah, nah. These are facts. Uh to piggyback off what Kev was saying was like I think in the first half they were shooting close to like high 40s and field goal percentage and
Mhm,
above 40
mhm,
for 3-point percentage in the
mhm.
first
Hmm.
half. They finished with 38% for field goal percentage. No, 36, excuse me, and 30 from 3-point range. Our defensive intensity definitely picked up in the second half. It needed to, because the only thing I was worried about this game coming down to the stretch and it being a close game, because I, I texted group chat. I told you how I was feeling about the refereeing tonight.
Yeah.
So that was a major reason why I was worried. Not if we could pull out the game or not. I was worried because I thought that the refereeing would still. Oh, my fault. I didn't mean to do that to whatever comment that was up there. Uh, but yeah, I felt like the refs was going to try to steal this one from us, and we needed to pull away. We was giving away way too many easy buckets. But for as me and you were saying pretty much the same thing as far as the team knowing that it was a back to back for the Orlando
Yep.
Magic, and I just said I felt like they were just biding their time into the second half.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, because the defense intensity in the first half was not what we was accustomed to over this
Exactly.
last stretch of games. Uh, and then they turn on the switch. And this is also something I noticed over the last stretch of the game too. This team has a switch. This team has
Mhm.
a switch. We
The
go
kill
into
switch.
we go into a lot of these games like, we're gonna throw in jabs. We're gonna see what this is. And then when we figure out what the game plan is of the other team, and we turn on a different switch and we execute the whatever adjustments Tibbs has in the halftime, and just turn up the intensity a million times on them, and this is how we getting these wins. Even when you look at the last game, I felt like we weren't playing to our best ability versus the Spurs. Even though Wemby was having a great game, I was still like, we still are better. You know what I mean? Salute, salute, salute. Facts,
Salute,
facts.
Salute.
Sha. Salute, Sha.
Yeah, but I felt like there was so much more we could have been doing. And then in the second half, what we do, we turned on the switch, and
Yep.
we do that a lot often. Before I lay in the plane, make sure y'all hitting that like button is important, and make sure you're subscribing. Facts. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my spiel on that.
I think what's funny though is that in the last 3 4 games, the Knicks start off defensively, with a traditional man to man, and especially in this game and a little bit in the San Antonio game, they kind of switched to a modified zone, and it's actually paying huge dividends because now you're utilizing the long arms that Mikhail has. You're utilizing the long arms of OG Ananobi. You're utilizing Josh Hart's quick hands, and you're getting JB, much more easier looks on the offensive end. Because now he's able to run. He's able to, to view the entire court and actually be able to direct traffic in a much more efficient way. I'm loving that they figured, I'm starting to peep that. I'm like, they're running a zone, and it's like it's never the same zone, 2 or 3 possessions in a row. Like you might get it for two, and then they switch it up again, and it's each guy knows what they have to do on defense, which is what I love about it. Offensively, I mean, they got to protect the rock. This to me, it's really sloppy. A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of turnovers. There was a couple of occasions, especially there was one where Precious Achua took the ball up and he was throwing it out. He was going up to the rim, and then all of a sudden he wanted to kick it out to Josh Hart, who was cutting, but he thought he was
Mhm.
going to stay in the corner. I'm like, nah, come on, dude. Your job is not to be hitting the cutter. Your job right at that given point is to take it to the hole and draw the foul and get to the line. I mean, it's it's fundamentals right there.
Those are
It's
big.
true.
That's a big fact. Uh,
Mhm.
and to piggyback off what Knickerbocker Av just said, that modified zone, it also helps protect Cat as a rim protector. Yeah, I mean, when you're doing that, you're getting less drives and attacks at the basket that Cat has to make up for. Because that's one thing we do know about Cat. He's not a rim protector at all. And
Mm-mm.
I'm not even mad at him because he does so much more. I just know that we're waiting for, my guy Mitch to get back. And it was something I wanted to say earlier and I forgot. Even though he didn't hit one this game, over the last few games, I've been noticed Precious has been hitting at least 1 3,
3-pointer. Yeah.
and
Let's
I
go,
was thinking, I was like,
Precious.
yo, you know what's gonna be fire? You know, Precious. Oh no, Precious said he from Queens. He told y'all he from Queens.
He from the Bronx.
He just went to high school out in the Bronx. Nah, but you know, not saying that he's going to be like a super floor spacer, but just having the threat of you kind of have to pay a little bit of attention to Precious, especially when Mitch comes back, is
Mm-hmm.
important. To have a defender and a rebounder at the four that could come off the bench and Precious next to another to the somebody said it in one of the groups I'm in, the best defender on the team. And and I was thinking about how arguable that statement is. And then when I really thought about it and the stats that go along with it, nah, Mitch is still the best defender on the team. And then you pair him with a super serviceable four on the defensive end that can play the perimeter as well as the inside, helps Mitch in his situation as well. And I think that's fire.
Nah, and listen, I think that the minutes, the amount of minutes Precious got today, the 20 minutes that he played, he took full advantage of it. Especially that one key block down the stretch where he turned
Yes.
around and smacked Money's when he tried Money tried to bang it on him and he smacked it. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, Precious. Y'all keep sleeping on my guy Precious, and low key he's a pretty good rim protector for us, even though
Mhm.
he's not. I think he's like 6'9" or something like that,
Like 6'10".
6'8", 6'9". So he does a pretty good job. He just keep taking advantage of the minutes that you've been given. And I'm glad that he's starting to knock down them 3-point shots. I've been asking for him to do it for the longest now. I think it's something that he worked on over the summer, and you starting to see how it's paying off now. Yeah, I ain't mad if he shoots 2 to 3 threes a game. I ain't mad at it, man. Cause he's starting to knock them down. If he's starting to knock them down, I don't care if you take 2, 3 threes a game. Especially if you're gonna be making them. So keep doing your thing,
Only if you're
Precious.
gonna be making them.
Listen. For the three
You
point
got to
shots that
preface that.
he for the 3-point shots that he's been taking, he been knocking them down efficiently though.
Nah, he has.
So
I mean, he's
he's
been
been
set. He's been
very
setting them. So it's
and the thing that I like the most is that he's not just shooting any three. No, he's taking the wide open threes when it's given to him. He's not
mhm.
forcing it. That's what I like the most about it.
Also, if I can add real quick, don't look now, Knicks fans, but the Knicks are getting hot again going into January, just like last year. Look
Oh
out. Look
shit!
out now. I thought we was gonna be falling off. I thought we
Word.
needed Dante. Yes, I'm gonna say it again for all of you in the back that didn't hear me last live. Dante, who? Mikael
Yeah.
Bridges is filling in nicely.
So all right,
Wow.
boom. Now since we already move in this direction, I feel good by moving on and start talking about other shit since we talked about the game, right? Uh no, before we do that, I would just want to say how good it felt to see Landry Shamet getting some meaningful minutes tonight.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes,
Right. Right.
yes.
Right.
I
Right.
thought that was super fire because just in that little bit of the 10 minutes that he got tonight, you saw how what he could bring to the team
On
on
both
both ends.
ends.
Both
Assist,
hands.
Of course, of course.
yeah,
Yo, listen, the bench gave us 18 points tonight, so that's pretty
yeah.
decent. You know what I
Not
mean?
and one of our better bench scorers in campaign didn't score tonight,
No.
right?
Right, but
So
again,
yeah,
other
but I'm
guys
just saying,
holding it down.
He didn't need
and
to.
that's a fact. And the need and what I'm getting at is that this is what we've
Hmm.
been preaching on this channel for a very long time. That the way this team is built is so because it could be anybody's night. Not
Hmm.
everybody need to have it every night.
Right.
Cat didn't really Cat was efficient low key. He was 6 for 10 from the field. He just didn't get uh, a lot of looks tonight because of the way they was defending him. But I'm just saying, he only scored 16 points. Like
Hmm.
that's your second option, but it's okay because you got 23 from Josh and 17 from McCall. That's
Yeah.
tough, and 18 from your bench. That's tough.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's super tough. And the way that's what I'm saying, the way this roster is constructed is so good. And when we get Mitch back, not only the best defender on the team, also one of the best offensive rebounder in the league. Now you talk about the top rated offense in basketball, coupled with getting second chance, like more second chance opportunities. You talk like just think about that. We by the numbers, we don't miss like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we don't by the numbers, we don't miss like that. So now you talk about a team that's going to get more opportunities to score the bucket in single possessions on you. The league is going to be cooked. I'm trying to tell you. And
That's
if
what.
they don't know, yeah, I'm gonna lay the pen right now. And if they didn't notice that already, I'm sorry. Y'all in for a rude awakening. It's our time to shine, Mrs. Nix, please.
No,
Coach.
I was just gonna piggyback on that because there was a play where Orlando got like 5 offensive rebounds in one play, where they kind of like outnumbered pressures down in the paint, and kept
Mm-hmm.
like throwing it up to the rim. And in my head, while I'm watching the game, I'm like, "Oh, if Mitch was here, it wasn't gonna be all that. That wasn't gonna happen that way.
That
Mitch was
They
actually
get
either
happened.
gonna
one.
grab it
They get one.
himself,
They get
uh,
one for.
That happened. That
They do.
happened
They.
twice tonight. That happened twice tonight. That same thing. I remember the exact play, but earlier in the game, the same thing happened with Cat. They outnumbered Cat, and they kept on tipping the ball up to the rim until somebody got
yeah.
fouled or scored. I can't remember, but yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm like,
to,
yeah, if
to,
Mitch
to,
is
to,
there, he's either grabbing it or he's kicking it back for someone to
Mm-hmm.
grab it. And,
yeah.
having Mitch and Josh hit the boards and Cat
But
it's gonna be so much better for us. Like you
go
said,
ahead,
right now
Knickerbocker.
offensively we're good. Now y'all not gonna be able to stop us from getting the ball back. Period.
That's a
Because
fact.
they
I was just
then
going to answer Uncle Dre. Uncle Dre was asking when was the
Yeah.
last time the Knicks
Yeah.
started 22-10. That was actually back in 2012 when we had that
Right.
54 win season.
Right.
Yep.
That was
Right.
the last time we hit 21-10,
The
Yeah.
OG,
and we
the
haven't seen it
OG
since.
season.
Uh,
The Knicks tape season.
I call it the
That's
old school guys because that's what it was. That's what the team was. All the
listen,
old
I just
yo
guys.
word.
one more thing real quick. I wanted to add in on that. When Mitch comes back, do y'all understand that Cat is going to basically have the advantage on 85% of the league at power forward?
so think about that. I don't know if Mitch is gonna start. I don't really believe
He's
Mitch is
not.
gonna
It's
start.
going to be the
I don't think he
gradualism like we
should.
saw last season. As you recall,
Right.
we saw him in for limited like 10, 12 minutes the first game, and then he started
Mm-hmm.
bumping his minutes load up gradually
Yeah,
till he got to like 30. And then it was
yeah,
like,
he
But
bumped his
Fraz,
minutes up, but he didn't start though.
yeah,
You know what I
Fraz,
mean?
because if you started Mitch, who you
yeah,
sitting?
that's true. He did come off the bench. You're right. He did come off the bench. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think.
I
I'm
mean, the only
I
saying,
one
think
I'm
I
saying,
think will
if
go
any,
back to the bench is going to
I
be
think
Josh,
we'll
and
if
I think that's going to depend. I think
yeah
Josh
right.
and Mitch might be interchangeable depending on our opponent.
Yeah.
honestly, I'm just saying when he's healthy.
I could agree with that, Mrs. Nix.
Yeah,
I could
man.
agree with that. But at the same time, if I'm the coach, right,
You just leave it as is.
I,
Absolutely.
and I got the number one starting five in the NBA, not the number two. What they said, not the two or the three, the one. That's how the
Three,
young people
one.
talk. That's how
Mm-hmm.
the young people say. That's how the young people talk. I'll be watching TikTok. Not the two or the three. You know what I mean? Or what they said. He
Not
top.
them twos, them the ones.
Or how they say. Yeah, he top two, but he ain't two. You feel me? Like you got the top starting five in the NBA.
What is
You
going
don't.
on
If I'm the coach, you don't change that. I can't find a reason why you will disrupt the number one starting five in the NBA.
Hmm.
Especially last year with Mitch saying that he wouldn't mind coming off the bench. He said he wanted to
I
come
was
off the bench.
I was just
You know
about
what
to
I mean?
get
So,
there. Yep. Yep. I was
so
just about to get there. He did
and
say that.
I think Mitch coming off the bench in this roster is a championship team.
Crazy.
Easy, easy,
I was just about to say crazy.
easy.
I just
And
thought
then
about it. I was like, yeah,
to, to land my plane again, we all know with Tibbs is now who start the game. It's who finish.
who's
You know what I
finishes.
That's
mean?
very true.
Can we all agree that scary hours have now arrived at Madison Square Garden? The team has put the league on notice to this degree so far. 31 games into the season. So far, we are still it is still possible for a 60-win season, people. So
Absolutely.
do not think the 60-win season is not alive, as you heard here first on Knicks and Ish. We still have ample chance at the 60-win season. So
21 down, 39 to go.
that's it. I saw it in the comments. I saw it in the comments too. Somebody said
No,
that.
I'm looking
He
for a
said,
comment too. Because somebody commented on something I wanted to talk about, and I keep on forgetting. No, I wanted to talk about it, but I don't think I was here for a long time. The last time he was here, and it was about Austin. Yeah, there you go.
Austin Rivers, yeah, I just seen it. You got it.
Yeah,
Let's
thank
talk
you,
about it.
Michael Brown, because I keep on forgetting to talk about this. I don't think I have my rant button on this channel, which is no good. You know what I mean?
Eh, 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 eh.
I mean, Austin Rivers, bro, you got to relax. Oh, why did I take down the comment? Uh,
It's still up.
oh,
I see
on
it.
It's
still up,
still
yeah.
up.
Austin Rivers, what's your problem, homie? What's your issue? Because how could you, Austin Rivers, a 32-year-old man that's a professional basketball player that's out of the league, how could you, a 32-year-old man, professional basketball player that's out of the league, fix your face and say that there's no good basketball players on the Knicks bench? Well, how there's none. Like that's what he said. There's not one good basketball player on the Knicks bench. That's his words. But yet, he's a 32-year-old professional basketball player that's not in the league. 32 teams saw that 32-year-old and said, "You're not good enough to be on our bench." And then you, of all people, have the nerve to sit behind your podcast. You got more podcast episodes than you got games played in the NBA this season. Crazy, crazy, right? Hey, but you gonna sit there and gonna say that there's no good. First of all, Deuce McBride is better than you. He's better than you.
Let's talk about it.
The only thing fire
Talk
about
about it.
Austin Rivers is his high school mixtapes. Those things are legendary. Facts. Austin Rivers got the top 5 high school mixtapes of all time. Yeah, that's facts. But as a pro, you was trash. Maybe you still mad because we traded you. You thought you
I
was
think
gonna have
that's
a
what it is.
you had a few good games here. You thought you was gonna stay. You thought you had a home, and then we shipped you out. Maybe that's what you mad at. But there is no way in the world that you a 32-year-old basketball player that's not in the NBA going to say that there's no good players on the Knicks. Obviously, the Knicks organization thought everybody on our bench was better than you.
Shit,
I'm
his
done.
own father won't even freaking give him a spot on the team.
Yo, and I have to ask,
Yo,
and what's even more funny, that team need help.
word, word.
That
You
team need
know the
all the
thing
help they
is,
can get.
is that I think that's what it is, T Tom. I think the fact that the Knicks got rid of him, he's still salty about that. He liked being with the Knicks. Cause I remember he was feeling himself while he was with the Knicks. He had his little run with us, and then after that it came up. It was cut short when we traded for Derek Rose, and then Derrick Rose took over. If I'm not mistaken, that's exactly how it went down. And
He
ever
talked his
since
way
Derrick
out.
Rose took over, he was out of here. Derrick Rose kicked him off the team basically. And I think he be at the supermarket picking what kind of salt he want to, Himalayan salt, pink salt, all that. He all kind of salty. Um, and I think that, people just gotta ignore the dumb shit that comes out his mouth because this is nothing new here. This is nothing new here with his narratives and his hate for the New York Knicks. Um, we got we got Shamit, Campaign, and Deuce right now. Those three guys right there can easily outplay him. Easily outplay him. All three of those guys are two-way players, something he's never been a two-way player. Never.
That's a
He's
fact.
never been a
Whole
two-way
fact.
player. So for him to come out his mouth and say that we don't got any good players coming off the bench, that just goes to tell you he don't watch the Knicks. He doesn't watch the Knicks, basically.
He
He's just
talked. He
salty.
talked. He talked his way out of the
I
Mecca.
mean,
Now
what
he's
they,
salty because he talked his way out.
I mean, they call it Knicks for clicks for a reason.
Yeah, that podcast.
Apparently.
Facts.
Listen, you said that podcast struggling. Frank was good. Yeah.
Frankie
But
Frankie
Fingers.
Fingers. My
yo,
guy.
now that he got to do better. He got to do better. Oh, and what else came across my desk? Right, somebody went digging in the crates. Uh, 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 uh we was talking about when Cal apology letters. Phil Simmons need to be at the front of the line.
Facts.
This the guy that said, "Oh, I don't understand why the Knicks made this trade for Macau. He's a 15-point per game guy. They're only using this much." Shut your filthy pie, you Boston Celtics fan. Why are you even commenting on the Knicks? He's a Boston Celtics fan. Admittedly,
Stick to
he's a
football, Phil.
but he admits that he's a Boston Celtics fan. I play 2K. I play two. Well, not too much anymore. But like a few years ago, I think it was 2020, he was on the commentary talking about how he used to go to TD Garden and how he loved it at TD Garden. He wrote books about the Celtics and stuff like that. Why do we care what you feel about the New York Knicks, you Boston Celtics fan? You don't like us anyway. But to
Exactly.
rub your face in it, you're starting to see exactly why we traded for Mikal Bridges, why we gave up those middle schoolers. Why we gave up those middle schoolers? Because not only is Mikal capable of giving you obviously a range from 12 to 41 on any given night, right? He's a hell of a defender. How many times this season, after he started getting comfortable, we see him turn somebody water off. Between him and Precious, they be turning people's water off. Like, you know how hard that is to do when shutting off a professional basketball player when they hot? That is a really difficult thing to do. A lot of these guys are bona fide buckets. They come from being bona fide buckets. And if you catch anybody on fire, it's going to be a rough night for you. And then Tibbs be like, you know what, Mikal, you're a little bit quicker than OG, and you might be able to guard this guy tonight. Turn his water off. And then they put up the numbers. The guy be like 2 for 8 when Mikal is guarding him. Like, this is why you make those picks because we're not in. This is why you make such a big trade because we're not in a space where in 7 years from now we're gonna be like, oh yeah, we looking forward to 7 years. What's going on? No, we looking forward to this year or the year after. We trying to win a championship. When everybody else, I'm gonna land the plane. I feel like I'm being long winded. And everybody else,
All right, just let me finish
Keep
this.
cooking.
yeah, and everybody else that has so much to say about, oh, we overpaid, oh, we did this, oh, y'all did that. Yo, listen, gang, y'all quiet now. We are these people. Because here,
Mm-hmm.
I remember saying that whatever he did to his jump shot in the beginning of the season, he needs to abandon that shit. That's the only thing I said. But we all sat here and said he's going to be all right. I am not
Right.
worried. He's going to be all right. And those of you who were arguing, oh, this guy stinks. Send him back to yeah, yeah. Where are you guys? Again, y'all is a late notice on your apology forms because I didn't see one past my desk yet. I ain't
Got
seen not one past my desk yet. You guys got when we play again Sunday?
Tomorrow.
Or we play again
Tomorrow.
tomorrow? All right, well, y'all got to tomorrow to hand in your apology forms, gang, because Macau is helping us win games tonight. Like I said, he had like 4 steals in a matter of like 3 minutes at the latter stages of this game. So how many? Oh, he only had 2, but it felt like
He had 3.
4 steals.
He had 3 steals today.
Okay, he had 3.
But
I
you had a
think they
shitload
all
of deflections.
yeah, but I felt like all those steals came in in the fourth quarter for real, in a short span of time.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, Macau, thank you, Brooklyn, as we like to say here. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy those middle schoolers whenever they get here. Even if y'all still have those picks by time you're supposed to get those picks. Like, come on, man.
You know
And
what
you
Uh,
kills
know,
me? Like so many people were talking during the summer about us going into the luxury cap. Like we're that close to a championship that you just make the move and we'll pay for it later. But those are the same people complaining about giving up those picks for a piece that's going to help us win a championship. Like
listen.
it just doesn't make any sense. Like so, it's okay for us to pay a tax as opposed to give away draft picks. Like I want to win while I'm alive, and if that
and
means
my thing,
getting rid of them picks, fuck it.
and my thing is like, if you the way Milwaukee's playing, them picks ain't gonna be as valuable as a lot of people think it's gonna be. You know what I mean? They probably gonna be like late first round picks, because Milwaukee's playing out of their mind right now.
yeah.
They playing much better.
Isn't Milwaukee pick protected? No.
No, I
Yes.
believe it. It
Yes, it
is.
is. Yes, it
Oh,
is.
it was the
It's
Dallas
protected.
pick that was unprotected. Okay,
That's
okay, okay.
exactly correct.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
So
Exactly.
that,
He's
Da- that
exactly
that
right.
Dallas pick for sure ain't gonna be worth nothing. Uh,
Hmm.
what we gave? What year for Milwaukee we gave up? The Morton pick.
The 26 or 27, I believe.
27, I think.
Okay, here we go. Milwaukee ain't even gonna be good in that time. It's a protected pick, and Milwaukee is going to. And you said 27 or
27, I
22?
think it is.
I believe
Game,
so.
So 27,
game.
the 27 pick is unprotected. The Bucks pick is a top 4 protected.
Yeah.
And here's my summation on that. Dame severe downside of his career. Brooke Lopez probably got like another year left in him. You
I
know what
gave
I
him
mean?
another 6 months. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
And
Well,
Middleton,
a lot of those
injuries
picks
gonna
are
pack him up.
unprotected. A
Yeah.
lot of most of those picks. Let me see. One, two, three, four, five. 5 picks were unprotected,
So
and
there's
then
only
the
two
top
protected.
four. The 2025 Bucks pick was protected. It's a top four
Protected.
protected 2025 first round pick via Bucks.
So what am I talking about? We're gonna still be good.
One protected pick? Like, we're
And on
good.
top
What do
of
you
that,
Yeah.
mean?
given you don't know, like T. Tom just said, Game is on his downside. Brooke is Lopez is almost on his way out. Middleton is just one more knee injury away from retirement, and Giannis
Hmm.
is got 1 foot out the door already. So maybe it'll be valuable, maybe it won't. Well, who gives a shit
You hear what I'm saying? And we got a player that can help us win a championship this
right
year.
now?
Word.
Yeah, yeah, I ain't worried. Listen, front office in what is year 5 now?
Year
This front
five,
Hmm.
I
office,
yeah.
believe. I
Five.
believe
this
year
front,
five.
Year
Yeah.
five.
Yeah.
Yep. Year
Yeah.
five.
this front office since they got here ain't lied to me yet. Yeah, I mean they ain't
Nope.
lied to me yet. They, Leon Rose said 4 or 5 year plan for us to be contenders, and look where we at. We're looking at the top like you guys are fool. You guys are fool. We got off to a slow start because we had a major roster shift. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The teams ahead of us did not have a major roster shift over this last season. But yet here
Also,
we
run it
are.
back.
Yeah, Boston ran it back. We 2 games behind them, and they got off to a really good start this season. Really good start. Yeah, I mean
See?
we 6 games behind Cleveland because Cleveland been balling out of their mind. I don't think that's gonna last much longer, but that's me. But yeah, we went through a major roster shift, and look, we still right there with the best teams in the East. But Fred, you about to say something?
Yeah, I was just, just waiting. Let me say your piece. I like to quote my guy BJ, what he always say. You don't want to always be the team that start out too hot too quick, because eventually you're gonna cool off, and if you cool off at the wrong time, it could cost you a playoff spot and seeded. So shout out my guy BJ. You know what I mean? For
Shout out to
real.
BJ.
For
That's
always saying that. Because he's
that's
right. That's
real.
a true statement.
No, that's factual. Yeah, man. Yeah, we. I said it all year. Coach Tommy T teams always get off to slow starts. Always, because he's a tinkerer. Like he's tinkering. If you watch from game to game, except for the starting lineup, because they pretty much performed well from jump. Uh, some hiccups, but you could tell that this works. But every other lineup, when it comes to how he mix match the starters with the bench rotation, the minutes those guys play together versus that, you see him tinkering, and you starting to see him get the formula down to perfection. I'm loving seeing pressures on the floor with Cat because Cat could open up the floor. And like we were just talking, pressures, Uncle Paulie, what's the deal?
Uncle
Uh,
Paulie.
yeah, and you starting to see pressure can even occasionally hit a 3 point shot, but it's not required when you got Cat at the 5. Like you see him just tinkering, and it's getting better, and it's leading to more and more wins, dog. Like that's the point. It's leading to more and more wins. And to us to only be behind 2 games behind Boston with the way that they started, and we was what 5-6 to start the season, and now we 11 games over 500. Talk to me nice.
But may I also add that it was great to see my point guard get to sit the majority of the fourth quarter today. I didn't have to see my point guard out there playing late minutes in a close game, knowing we got a back to back tomorrow, and I'm going to need him at least for quality minutes in some point in that game tomorrow, because you know what I mean. Still, we've had problems with back to backs in the past.
Speaking of minutes, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I'm taking OG Ananobi points tomorrow. He only played 28 minutes tonight.
Mm.
And he
Macau
only
played four.
scored 8. So you know
Macau
he do for a good one.
Macau's played 44, and Cat was the only other person that played besides OG that played under 35 minutes, and Cat played 34. Yeah, I mean,
And I'll be
so
taking Cat for the double double on the next game.
absolutely two miss on double. He's about to redeem himself. Yeah, I lost money both times too. I was mad. I I had him for 10 rebounds against the Spurs, and we got 3 rebounds in the last couple seconds. I'm like, why couldn't
Yeah.
it,
Hmm.
nah, but yeah, yeah. We on the right path. But yeah, OG definitely. He only played 28 minutes. Now he gonna play big minutes tomorrow. Um,
To you, Harris. Yes, the defense is coming
oh,
around. It
that's
sure
that's
is.
that's Mama Rampage.
That's a fact.
Oh, is that? Oh, what's up,
Yeah,
Mama Rampage?
Mama Rampage. Yeah. Yeah. But it was somebody else I was mad at. I can't remember who right now. It was bothering me.
I forgot.
I was mad at somebody else. Somebody said something, and I was like, "You mother." Um. Yeah, I addressed Stephen A. from the
Who was
last
the
time.
other commentator? Who was the other guy? Was it Broussard or somebody? I forgot who it was that used to be on ESPN who was talking about Bridges too. Like
Chris Broussard.
I think it wasn't not Chris Broussard. It was a white dude. He used to be
Oh,
on
you talking about Nick? You got the long hair, big nose.
nah.
He always talking shit too.
I forgot
Hate
his
that.
name. He got a radio show too. I forgot his name.
Nah, a lot of these people gonna have to eat their what? Oh no, somebody said what was the phrase? Uh, I think we might be talking about the same thing. Is like I had higher hopes for the Knicks or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, man, how you, who what? I know exactly who you talk. Ah man,
So, I just forgot, man. I was just talking about it earlier. Like I forgot, bro. Like
Who was
I was
that? Bill
looking at it.
Simmons?
I Bill Simmons was that is
nah,
that the
nah.
guy who? That's not the
Bill
guy who.
Bill
This is a
Simmons was
guy.
about to trade for McCall, but
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
what's this guy
It
name?
was
But
some
anyway,
other.
I remember what
Nah,
he
but you
said.
you you know what I'm talking about, T-Time. You mentioned it. I know.
He
I just
said
forgot the name. Like I seen it out there.
he had higher hopes for the Knicks. He thought that we would be better than what we are uh, right now because of the moves that we made. And I'm like, bro, like, what, bro? I understand it's your job to talk about sports, but some of y'all obviously don't be watching games or pay attention. It's 32 teams. I get it. That's a lot of basketball to cover, dog. Like, there's no way you could tell me y'all watching every game of every team that plays. You stat watching, you know what I mean, and trying to create think pieces about watching stats, and that's hard to do. So when people say stuff like that, I just know that you're not watching the Knicks. You're not really taking account into the fact that it was a major roster shift, and to start the season, our whole bench was injured. The whole bench was injured to start the season. So when people say dumb stuff like, "Oh, I expected more," what did what more did you expect? We're 2 games behind the champions, dog. Like, what are we talking about? We're 2 games behind the
Yep.
champions.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's my line. What are we talking about here? Like, y'all all of a sudden, oh, if we worried about Boston, right? If we were speaking in terms of what everybody was saying in relativity to how this team is supposed to be built to contend with Boston, right now we contending. Okay, even with the one loss to them, it was early in the season. Chemistry gonna be different, and when we play them February, I believe is the next meeting against Boston. It's
Something
gonna
like
be a different. It's gonna be a different game because the chemistry gonna be way different in that game. So people, just get ready to see the difference in a minute. Don't be surprised if the Knicks win the season series against the Boston Celtics. You heard it here.
on.
I see,
I
I
got money
see,
on
I
that.
see, I
I
see
banked the money at
16
work on
people in
that.
the chat.
I'm
So don't
Yeah.
also
forget to hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all.
please sharing is caring. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Alright.
Yeah. But yeah, man. We slowly but surely the bandwagon is gonna come. All those people and Nick fans keep on pulling these receipts. Keep on pulling these receipts because when shit really start clicking, shit is already clicking. Number
Hmm.
one, number one rated offense in the NBA. What we talking about? I think we were like number two in 3-point percentage. What we talking about? We number two in free throw percentage. What we talking about?
Weren't we
You know what I
number
mean?
one in 3-point field goal percentage at one
We
point as
were.
well? We
Yeah, we
We
fell a
were.
were.
little bit, but that's
Yeah.
I
because
think
they've been figuring out, okay, it's time to start attacking this basket a lot more and putting ourselves in position to win games by taking better high percentage shots.
Again, if they still sleep with the way that the starting five has been producing, and knowing that our bench is only going to continue to get more healthy, and to be like, these guys is not a serious threat. You guys are on drugs. There's a lot of people that's giving us our just due and saying that
Facts.
even still, even with the way that Cleveland is playing right now, the Knicks are still the second best team in the East for real. I've seen a few people say that. Uh,
That's perk.
it was Perk and it was somebody else. I can't remember. But yeah, Perk for sure. You know what I mean? But they're waking up slowly. They ain't gonna have no choice. We, who you talking to?
Mm.
Uh, yeah.
And I thought I had problems with kids talking.
Yeah. Y'all heard
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, we
Uh,
did.
Yeah.
be
Oh,
quiet.
Yeah.
yeah. I had to make sure. Who you talking to, gang? Like,
Daddy's working, damn it.
Uh,
yeah, but
um,
I know all about it, bro. I know all about it.
but
who's our opponent tomorrow? Can somebody tell me
Washington.
tomorrow's
The
Washington.
opponent?
Wizards.
Washington. We
Washington.
play
Washington.
Washington.
Oh, come
We
on.
play
Let
Washington
me.
back to back,
All right.
actually.
All right. So let me pass this around, even though I already know what y'all gonna say in a way, but still, we gotta do the tradition here. Give me your thoughts on these upcoming two games against Washington. Whoever feel like
Listen,
starting.
man. Listen, man. Just like I said, don't take Washington lightly. Go in there and just watch Jordan pull up. I'm tired of seeing this guy, bro.
See, that's how you know he's my big brother, man.
yeah,
Literally, Jordan Poole needs to be put under lock and key. I think you throw a OG Ananobi on him tomorrow to disrupt him because he's been having some
So
serious offensive
before we
games.
continue, let's say because there's an injury report out already. So
Oh,
Kyle
okay,
Kuzma
okay.
is out. Jordan Poole is questionable day to day.
Okay.
Marvin Bagley is out, and Sadiq Bey is out.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
got
oh,
this. Yeah, we
let
got
me
yeah,
quote
this.
Tea Time. We win by a lot.
for sure, for sure. But at the
That's
same
what I
time,
said.
Go
at the
ahead, Tea
same time,
Time.
you know what would be weird about these games? You got a lot of people who's gonna get it's gonna be their shot. Yeah, I mean, this is my shot, and don't like you said, you can't take them lightly. You have to go in there and stand on business and get them out of the way early, because there's a lot of guys that's showing up tomorrow. Like, this is what Eminem said. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. That's their mindset coming into tomorrow game. So we got to put them out of their misery early. Even if Jordan Poole play, I think Mikal is going to guard him. I don't think OG is going to guard him unless he start going crazy. And that's Mr. Shut the Water Off right there himself. Yeah, I mean, I don't
That's
care
the
what.
plumber.
I don't care facts. I got. I gotta, I got called Fluke. We gonna make that happen. Him in the plumber outfit, we gonna make that. But
Yeah.
look, so yeah,
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
yeah, I don't think, I don't think OG sees Jordan Poole unless he's killing in the first if he plays. But other than that, that's it. Just go out, in the words of Mrs.
Salute.
Knicks, and play Knicks basketball. That's it.
Yes.
I mean, I feel the same way. I think we need to come out strong, put them out of their misery, and let the second unit eat. I mean, this
Hmm.
would be a good game where we can have Shamit in there, Deuce,
Yeah.
like just let our bench let's show them how trash our bench is tomorrow.
Yeah, facts.
I will
Yeah,
mention a
we.
couple of names though that I think we are going to see have some prominence for Washington. That Koulibaly kid is one, and Anthony Sarr is another. I've been watching some of the games on League Pass, and them couple of guys have been putting on for Washington, and they're getting minutes with injuries. So
They
Yeah.
can't beat us by themselves though.
I
true.
suspect. I suspect two 30-point victories. I suspect an aerial Huck 40 sighting at least, maybe in one of them games. Maybe Jerko Sims played more than 10 minutes. Um, I don't know. Is Pacome Dadier? Is he still in Westchester? He might play too. Shit. Or did Shamit take his spot?
He's
They,
no,
Um,
he's on the two-way, so he's back and
yeah,
forth.
Yes, he's back and forth.
yeah. He's
yeah,
with
but
he
I
was
don't
with
think
the
they're gonna fly him in from Westchester immediately, are they?
Huh?
he was with the team tonight. But all of them was with the team tonight.
Solidus. My opinion on the Jericho Sims trade rumors. Who we getting? That's it. Who we getting for him? Because at this point, what does it matter?
Again,
Yeah.
this is how I feel. This is how I feel, right? When it comes to any kind of trade scenario with this version of the team, I think it all depends on how well Shamit transitions back into the fold of things, right? I really feel like we got all the Infinity Stones, and he's like the last piece to complete the gauntlet. You know what I mean? No, well, he's not the last piece. Mitch is the last piece for real. But you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like if he trans, and which I believe he is because he came out off the rip in his meaningful minutes and got a bucket. I said, "Oh shit, yeah, this is what we
Seven
was
points in
looking."
10 minutes is huge.
It
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
and he knocked down a 3 pointer, so that's what we got him for, to shoot. He's the shooter that we need.
big facts. But yeah, so if the Landry Shaman situation work out, I don't think we're trading anybody. Like this team literally has everything we need. Like if you're looking for a paint defender, you got Mitch. You're looking for a big man that can shoot the three, you got Cat. You got your all-encompassing point guard in Jalen Brunson. Except for the defense is the only thing that is his. But then you look for perimeter defender. You got OG and you got uh
Bridges,
Bridges. Thank you. Then you got campaign and you got Deuce.
Deuce.
Yeah. You got wing defense and McCall and OG again. Like this you got scoring from everybody in your starting five, including your bench. Like what like I don't get where or what you might need extra that be like, yeah, I'm gonna trade Jericho Sims, even though he is a very tradable piece, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But I feel like you would have to move more than just Jericho Sims. Like the only thing you get for Jericho Sims straight up is probably a second round draft.
If that.
Like that's probably the only thing you're gonna get for him straight up. So you're gonna have to trade somebody else. And I don't want to trade none of the young guys that we got, the rooks. I do not want to trade Packham Daddy. I don't want to trade Hog Purdy.
Tyler
Then
Kolek.
yeah, damn sure don't want to trade Cole. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you get from the subtraction? Like that's the point. Like we're not gonna
Nothing.
get what I expect we should get back for a Jericho Sims. You know what I mean?
And
But
his
yeah,
salary is only 1.9 mil. Like you said, it's not
exactly.
Exactly.
even worth making a move.
Yeah,
Exactly.
any
And
any 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 trade with him, we're gonna have to add at least three or four more pieces to be able to match whatever deal we make.
and I
You gotta
also
go
feel
dollar for
like
dollar.
he's big man injury insurance. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Like if you planning to win a championship, you know two of your big men are I I don't want to say it, the floors would are injury prone. You know what I mean? Two of your big
Gotcha.
yeah. I knocked on the floors wood. I knocked on them
Right.
things out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you why would you trade somebody that maybe although he may not be a scorer, he showed so far this season that he could be a good deterrent in the paint. And he's a solid rebounder. You know, I don't think you trade him at all, honestly. You know what I mean? But I did see the rumors. But we always in rumors for trade. It wouldn't be a season for the Knicks without those rumors. You know what I mean?
They got
Right.
it.
And the
They got
trade
us
and
in
the
all.
trades that happen are generally not about anything we've heard about.
The thing is
Fact.
that they got us for all kind of trades. They got us to the trade for you with Utah for Jordan Clarkson, which I think is kind of ridiculous. It's like how many more guards do we need? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It doesn't make sense. Like if anybody, we should be trading for a big man, but you know,
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm saying. We just need size. Size is like the only thing that that would make me feel 100% more comfortable is if we had just one more efficient big man to come off to either play the 4 or the 5 because you don't know what you're going to get from Mitchell Robinson. Precious Achua is still, he's still coming off that injury, and Cat, you know, he's going to miss another game. I'm knocking on wood, but he's going to miss at least one more game because he's getting knocked around like crazy.
he
But
is.
and that's why a lot even though we may not realize it, these games that he's getting in foul trouble wouldn't have to sit large chunks of time is actually pretty good. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
I know we must be talking flagrant because Uncle Paul is going crazy right now. He gotta be saying, yeah.
Nah,
Um,
as
I knew
solid
he
as
said it.
solid as
I
I
knew.
doubt. I don't think we're trading for Jimmy Butler, bro. That's not
Hell
happening.
no.
Nah, from what I
Nah.
heard,
Why?
Jimmy Butler wants to play with KD. Unfortunately, that's an unfortunate
and the
event.
beautiful thing about it, Pat Riley already said they're not trading him.
Right,
Facts.
exactly.
And Pat don't really move from that. If he says he ain't trading you, he's not trading you.
Thank God, because we for sure don't need him. And especially how we look like trading for Jimmy Butler when he was caught online talking about the love between him and Coach Tommy T is one sided. He want me, I don't want him, all this type of shit. And we never even heard Coach Tommy T or anybody in the Knicks organization say that they was enthralled with getting Jimmy Butler to the Knicks. I gotta
Never
whisper
heard
this.
it.
Nah, he
Hold
made
on, I
up
gotta
that
whisper.
own narrative to make himself feel better.
Hold on, I gotta whisper this. Fuck Jimmy Butler.
Thank you.
You mean
And I
Jamisha?
and I
Jamisha, as we always say. Kevin know what I'm saying.
look,
Jamisha.
I still got caught.
Uh,
That's why I came outside. Fuck that. I'll freeze
Oh
outside.
man. Yo,
well,
nah, but yeah, man. Yeah.
um,
Bump that guy. Yeah.
Yo,
I really don't see us making no moves that we could think of, at least, right?
yeah,
yeah.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And I think like at
Check.
this point, like it unnecessarily, if it's not broken, no need to fix something that's not broke, man.
Big facts.
I only
Big
see
facts.
the only trade I ever see them ever making is if they finally decide to move off of Mitchell Robinson's money.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
about
only
it.
trade
Right,
I ever see.
Yeah.
And
right, right.
unless you're getting like a Valanciunas, or somebody, or you're getting Hardenstein back, by some weird hook by crook, I don't see what's the point.
Yeah,
And
like
you know what?
if you're gonna trade Mitch for the center in Utah, then I understand. I see you doing
Walker.
something like that. Yeah, Walker.
Kessler,
Yeah. Walker
I
Kessler.
don't
Kessler
even want
Walker.
him.
No, no. Listen, that's just a name I'm throwing out there, but
I know,
that's
but
the
I don't.
name that's being put out there. But I
I've
mean,
heard
that's
it's
the
so
only.
mixed.
I don't want to
Yeah.
do no business with Utah. They always trying to jack us.
Nah,
Yeah.
F
I
Danny
hear that,
Ainge.
and
F
I
Danny
completely
Ainge.
understand that. I completely understand that. I'm just saying that he is a name that Mitch, if anybody is gonna be, Mitch is gonna be traded for somebody like that.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you, Kev, because that
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense. But
yeah,
the reason why Michigan getting traded, I can tell you right now. If there is a weakness with this team this year, it's our offensive rebounding ain't been nearly the same, which Mitch remedies, and our paint defense, which Mitch remedies. You know what I mean? So the two things that we weakest at right now, Mitch fixes once he's back on the court.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? So I don't see him going anywhere. Again, when we talk about the Infinity Gauntlet, Mitch is a major stone in that. You know what I mean? Because now we're more versatile, if you will, especially on the defensive end. Like when we got to go against if they make the playoffs, because I don't the way they play right now, I don't know. If Philly make the playoffs, I'll say if they're going to make the playoffs. When Philly make the playoffs, if we have to play them, right, we're going to need Mitchell Robinson for Joel Embiid. Like we're going,
Hmm.
that is a that's a necessity. That's a necessity because we don't got our heart no more. You know what I mean? We could put OG on Embiid for spurts. You know what I mean? Like that's not a whole game remedy for spurts. But yeah, Mitch is going to be super important. I feel like when we play the Celtics, a combination of Cat and Mitch is going to be important if Porzingis is healthy, right? Like those those are the things that we got when we play Cleveland. Mitch is going to be healthy to make. We going. He's going to be important to make Jared Allen his son again. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be important. We going to have to. Yeah, Mitch going to have to burp Josh Allen again. Yeah, I mean not Josh Allen. What's his name? I just said it.
Evan
Joel
Mobley.
Embiid.
Evan
Huh?
Mobley and Jared Allen.
Jared Allen. I said Josh Allen.
Yeah, Jared
But
Allen.
yeah, he got to burp him again. Pat, 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 pat. Yeah, got to do that to him again. Pack him up. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't see Mitch going anywhere. I just don't see him.
I think he's been hurt so often these last couple of seasons that people forget how important he
Important.
is to our team.
Right. Right.
Even last year when he went out, even in the playoffs, like you saw the difference in not having him there. I think
Mm-hmm.
once he gets back on the court and makes his presence known, Knicks fans are gonna click out of this.
Yeah. And I don't want to do what we normally do. My fault, Kev, real quick. I don't want to do what we normally do as an organization for years. People be hurt here, and as soon as they get a little bit healthy, we ship them off, and they go and have sustainable careers. Namely, Antonio McDyess. Well, we sat with Antonio McDyess for 3 years while he was hurt, and then we trade him, and he played another 3-4 years of solid basketball. He wasn't the old Antonio McDyess, but he was still giving 15 a game. Like I don't want to do that with Mitch. That's our draft pick. That's our guy. He's been here this long for a
The
reason.
longest tenured Knick.
Yeah, what he was 7 years in right now. Like,
Hmm. And to be honest, like this injury wasn't on anything that he did. Like this was some BS. So it's like, okay, he's recovering from it still, which kind of concerns me because I don't know why it's taking so long. But I understand why the Knicks are taking their time because this is the second injury back to back. But it's not like people making it seem like he's very fragile, and I don't think that's the case. You go and get pulled on your ankle by Joel Embiid and see how
uh,
your ankle hold up.
almost 300-pound man. Like, that's
Right.
crazy.
I think this time around though, he's gonna try to work his body into condition where he could last a little longer. Because I think that's what it is with Mitch. I think he put too much weight on his body, and that weight is kind of fucking with his health. I do, and we all know Joel Embiid is a scumbag for what he did last year. Um, but other than that, Mitch said he's ready, and Mitch said he want revenge.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's coming with this anger because he definitely remembers what happened in that Philly game last year. So I think he got a chip on his shoulder, and he want to prove all the fans wrong and all the people that think that he can't stay healthy for a long period of time. I think he wanted to kind of change that narrative. So, hopefully that works out for Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, man, Mitch is gonna be fine, man. We going when we get him back, it's quiet. It's quiet for everybody. Quiet. It ain't gonna be nothing nobody could do with us. Nothing. Nobody. could do with us. I don't care who your favorite team is, who your favorite player is. They're cooked. They're cooked.
It's a wrap, folks.
Yeah, yeah. Unless I got something else, I'm about to skedaddle.
I just want to say, make sure y'all go and vote for our guys and for the All Star game every day.
Yup.
It's up to us to get them in. So make sure y'all go and vote all our guys. Y'all can do what y'all want. I only vote the Knicks, so my starting
Me
five
too.
on the East is Knicks, and the
Me
West is
too.
empty. I'm biased like that. I ain't giving nobody
Uh,
my vote.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. I've been voting in my starting five the whole time, but I do be voting for the West. Some guys for the West.
And this is Knicks.
don't
I'm
for,
the
Like they
same.
need our help.
please, please don't forget, my good people. Always check out our Shopify Knicks and Ish
Absolutely.
store, so you could get you one of them lovely hoodies that we
Big,
have on deck for you.
big facts.
Please check us
And
out and check us out on all social media.
you already, you already know the vibes. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. Fr- Fraz already told you about the Shopify. Scrolling across the bottom. You already know the vibes, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be right back here. Same bad time. I don't know, same time, but back channel and all
Right.
that.
Hey, hey, I want to see if anybody recognizes my beautiful dog here. She was the one that was on the MSG commercial a couple years ago. I don't know
Oh,
if you remember her.
nice.
Here she
That's
is,
what's up.
Delilah.
Celebrity in the
Shout
building.
out to Delilah.
Next
What up,
door, the
Delilah?
next door.
The Knicks dog. Her jersey's. I'm watching her jersey right now. She'll probably have it on tomorrow.
All right,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
better. Yeah, let's do that.
So we gonna holler. Peace. See y'all
All
tomorrow.
right,
See y'all tomorrow.